I will be solving linear systems of equations by substitution. We're given these two equations, y equal negative x minus 6 and 2x minus 2y equal 4. When we solve a system by substitution, we're looking for an x or y that's by itself. In this first equation, we have this y by itself, y equal negative x minus 6. What we're going to do is we're going to take that first equation, y equal negative x minus 6. We're going to take the second equation and replace this y with what y equals. Most times we're given a number to plug in for our variables, and we replace it and we solve for the other one. In this case, we're not given a number, and we don't make up a number to plug in. We are given that y equal negative x minus 6, so we're going to replace this y with it. So these two are the same equations. The only difference is that y has been replaced with what y equal, negative x minus 6. And the reason we do that is because when we solve an equation, you cannot solve an equation with two different variables. They have to be exactly the same. And we're both going to have x. So now let's simplify. Bring down your 2x. Negative 2 times the negative x is positive 2x. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12, equal 4. Combine your two x's. We get 4x plus 12 equal 4. Subtract 12. We get 4x equal negative 8. Divide 4x equal negative 12. Now we don't stop here. We found x to be negative 2, but our system contains both x and y. So since it contains y, we have to go back and solve for y. You can go back to either one of these equations, but it's just a lot easier to go back to that equation where y is by itself and plug in the x we just found. So we're going to replace x with negative 2. Remember, there's a negative in front of our x, so we bring it down. Our x is negative 2. These two negatives become a positive 2. So we get y equals 2 minus 6. And then 2 minus 6 is negative 4. So you want to write your answer as a point. X is negative 2 and y is negative 4. X equal negative 2 and y equal negative 4 is the answer, but you want to write it as a point. Get used to writing your answers when you're dealing with linear systems as a point. The next problem, we're given these two equations. In this case, we don't have an x or a y that's by itself. So what we want to do when this happens is look for an x or y that does not have a number in front of it and get that variable by itself. The first equation, this y is by itself. It doesn't have a number in front of it. So we want to get it by itself. So we're going to take this 2x and move it as positive, so we subtract it onto the other side, and we get, excuse me, y equal negative 2x plus 3. So we're going to do like we did in the last example. We're going to replace this y with what y equals. We're going to simplify. We get 4x. 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. 2 times 3 is positive 6. Now combine your x's. The 4x minus 4x cancels out. So on the left side, we're left with 6. The right side, we're left with 6. They're equal to each other. When this happens, when the variables cancel out and these two numbers equal each other, that means these two are the same equation. And there are infinitely many solutions. If you look up here, you see 2x plus y equals 3. If you multiply it by 2, you're going to get this equation. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 3 is 6. It's the exact same equation. So we get infinitely many solutions when this happens. Take note, if they don't equal each other, when the variables cancel out and these numbers don't equal, let's say you had 8 equals 6, that means that those two lines are parallel lines. And since there are parallel lines, there is no solution. Now, I hope that this video helped you understand solving systems by substitution a little better. If you still have questions, please contact your instructor.